Hey, it's Luxury Travel Docs here today, and we are staying at the Foundry Hotel in downtown Asheville, North Carolina. And we received an excellent tour of the hotel today, which really gave us a lot of the history of this local area and some of the history of the hotel itself, which is pretty amazing. And we'll write a lot about that for you so you can understand what you're seeing when you're here. And this morning at breakfast, we met Nathaniel Felder, who is executive sous at Benne on Eagle restaurant. And he has been involved with this hotel and gave us a lot of interesting tidbits about the restaurant itself, the hotel itself, and some of the local excitement in the area.
Color. The
yes,
local color.
Yes. So I wanted to ask you, obviously you're involved in this exciting food and beer scene in Asheville, and we hear so much about it. And I kind of wanted to get your perspective on that because you've obviously been intricately involved.
Well, the scene in Asheville is a very hyper local scene. Asheville itself is a temperate rainforest, and so the produce that we get just growing in the foothills or in the hills around us is better than a lot of stuff that comes out of California, a lot of stuff that comes out of Florida and imported stuff. Any restaurant that you go to in town, they will shout out all of the farms and things that they have gotten food from, and it's all within 30 miles of downtown Asheville.
Excellent. And you gave us some information about the building here, and I wanted to get you to say a couple things about the building itself and the neighborhood itself.
The building itself was originally a three-building complex. The Foundry, I believe it was called the Asheville Foundry, was one of the original Black-owned businesses on the block. The block was this couple streets, and it was the affluent African-American community from the early 20s throughout. The foundry itself was built and designed for doing the fittings, ironwork, and woodworking for the Biltmore and a few of the other surrounding areas. Since the Charlottetown took it over, it has become a 5-building complex, with 3 of them remaining as historical buildings, maintaining original items throughout each one.
And how is it to operate a restaurant here? I mean, in this building, I think you told us this building itself was the showroom.
This building was the showroom. This is where everything that was cast, all of the fittings, all of the woodworkings were displayed for people to come in and buy. Okay. Working in this building particularly is a little bit of a challenge because there are constraints that are put on by the Historical Society
we've heard a lot.
Yeah, that you're
today.
Not allowed to change or not allowed to toy with. So it's a lot of figuring out and working around those.
And I think we're going to walk back this way a little bit, and we're coming to the bar, and in the bar is a beautiful picture of what this neighborhood looked like at one point.
This mural is actually Eagle Street, the street that's right outside the building, taken from the bottom of the hill looking up. The building that is predominantly on the right-hand side is the Mount Zion Church, which is directly below the Foundry Hotel. If you look to the very top, there is one of the buildings in the picture that was Building C from the Foundry Hotel.
And then the last thing I think we're going to do is just walk back over here. And you had told us earlier today about Anan Shabazz, who is a local chef in the area.
She's a local chef. She's a local personality. She is our matriarch. She works with us multiple times a week, helps us design menus, comes in and gives us moral support and a good comic relief because she's one of the most funny people I've ever met. She's just a really wonderful person.
And I think she's about 80 years old. If I
running around there,
I read that about her.
Running around there.
Maybe I've aged her a little bit more than she is, but. Well, I really appreciate you spending time with us today and
My
giving
pleasure.
us a little bit insight into this fabulous restaurant. And our breakfast this morning was outstanding.
Good.
So we always enjoy eating in Asheville, and we're going to go and enjoy a fine lunch right now. So I always want to remind you to make meaningful and healthy travel happen for yourself, and certainly the Foundry Hotel and Benne on Eagle is really a great place to not only engage and learn about the local history, just ask around and find out things about your location, and you may find a lot more meaning than you expect. And obviously, as well, eat healthy, and coming to Asheville itself is just a fabulous place to eat healthy and enjoy yourself at the same time. So make meaningful and healthy travel happen for yourself, and thank you for joining us from Asheville, North Carolina.